We're in a great mood tonight because we recently got recognized in Tulsa.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Walking down the street, car sees us, guy drives up right next to us, rolls down his window, looks at the two of us, is like, get out of here, Jews.
You know, just feels good to be recognized for your work is what we're trying to say. We were like, thank you so much.
He was like, see you later.
We're like, whoa, You, sir, can never do a straight arm wave.
No, not with that haircut.
No.
So we're both dads. We each have 2 kids.
Yeah, that's too many kids.
Yeah. The only good thing about having 2 kids is that if anybody has less than you and they complain about anything in their lives and you're around to hear it, you're allowed to walk over to them and rip them a new asshole.
That feels really good.
Fun, it's cathartic. Our friend comedian was on stage. He did a 15-minute set about how his one 17-month-old kid was ruining his life.
How hard it was to raise one 17-month-old
How difficult his life had become. Now, Jay and I are the most supportive comedians ever. Comedians will tell you. They come off stage, we're always like, I love that bit.
That's a great joke.
Here's a tag.
I just wrote a tag for his tag.
I'm tagging his tags.
I'm tagging jokes you haven't even written yet.
Tags he hasn't
it's a tagging
had.
vortex.
Here's the headline, keep doing comedy.
That's what we tell everybody.
This guy got off stage after doing a 15-minute set about how his one 17-month-old kid was ruining his life. Jay and I were backstage. We're like,
dude, you got to stop.
Get out of comedy.
Get out of comedy for a month.
Everybody.
One 17-month-old kid. You're a parent like an optometrist is a doctor.
Barely.
You're barely a parent.
You're a doctor like Dr. Dre is a doctor.
Barely. I don't even know if he practices.
Small gynecology.
Dr. Dre has a small gynecology practice?
Yeah.
Where?
City of Compton.
City of Compton?
City of Compton.
All right, City of Compton.
City of Compton.
One 17-month-old kid. Okay, if you don't know what a 17-month-old kid is, we'll explain it to you, all right? It's a dog that occasionally talks.
Yeah.
That's all a 17-month-old is.
Magical dog is too much.
You can't handle that.
Then I love our friends that just have pets and can't handle that.
The pet is too much.
Too overwhelming. You're like, hey man, we're getting a drink after the show. You want to come with us?
Nah, I gotta get home and let the dog out.
It's my baby.
That's my boy.
It's my baby.
It's like raising
a kid.
It's exactly like raising a child.
We're like, is it?
Because if you can tie it up while you go have brunch, it's not a kid.
It's not a
okay?
If you can pay good money to watch it fight another one to the death,
it is not a kid. If it runs away and 2 weeks later you're like, let's just get another one and call it the same name. It is not a kid.
If you can openly masturbate in front of it, it is not.
If it turns 15 and you're thinking about putting it to sleep, that actually is a kid. That is a horrible teenager who will not stop playing Fortnite.
Oh my God.
Take him down.
As I said, I have 2 daughters, 12 and 14. Those are their names.
Yes.
Huge Stranger Things fan. I was a decade ahead of
You
that
were
show.
ahead of the curve on that one.
14, she's in high school, and so before she went to high school this year, we cleaned out her bookshelves of all the books we used to read her when she was a little kid. And what I realized is the books we read our kids when they're really little are terrible.
But you don't care because you're just using the thing to put your kid to sleep.
Which is what a parent does of little kids all day long.
You're just
like,
trying to put your kids to sleep.
Get her down.
Get her down.
Put her down.
Put her down.
Put her. Like she's a horse with a broken leg.
Put her down.
She just woke up 20 minutes ago. Put her down again. There was a whole shelf of fairy tales. Now, I don't know if you've read a fairy tale recently, but those are wildly inappropriate stories for kids.
Oh, yeah. They're crazy stories.
They're crazy. Fairy tales read like police blotters in the state of Florida.
Yes.
If you were to put the phrase a Florida man or a Florida woman in front of the plot of a fairy tale,
Totally works. It does. Florida woman breaks into a house, eats their food, breaks a chair, and then is found passed out in the kid's bed? That's Goldilocks meth in Tampa Bay, okay?
Florida man kisses a dead woman, then tries to marry her.
What is that?
That sounds like ecstasy in Orlando.
It
to me.
does. Florida woman lures 2 children to her house using breadcrumbs with hopes of eating their faces off, That is Bath Salts and Pensacola.
Florida woman gets a DUI for trying to drive a pumpkin.
That's everywhere in Florida.
Every weekend.
Although it is kind of fun to think of Cinderella as a Florida woman and to imagine her getting pulled over by the cops at 12:10 in the morning that fateful night.
Ma'am, we're gonna need you to get down from the
Get down
pumpkin.
off the pumpkin, man. You gotta get off the pumpkin.
She's like, these mice were horses 10 minutes ago.
Sure they were.
Ma'am.
Sure they were.
Ma'am, where's your left shoe?
Where's your other stripper shoe, man?
Yeah, where's the glass slipper?
Where is it?
Oh, it's at the palace with the prince.
Oh!
Yeah. The only prints in your future, ma'am, are going to be some fingerprints.
Come
down at
on,
the
you're
station.
going
Let's go.
downtown.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye.